I'm on my way home. Did you need me to pick up anything?
We need to talk.
What? Is something wrong?
This is my final request. As of today, I am going to quit being your wife. I just can't continue living with you anymore. In the 10 years we've been married, I've never been happy. I deserve my happiness, as do you. I won't sue you for all the emotional abuse you inflicted on me. In exchange, I have one last request. Please make sure our children are happy. Well, goodbye.
Okay.
What? All you have to say is, okay? Don't you have anything else you want to say to me? I wrote so much. I thought long and hard about my words. I can't believe how cold you are. That's just plain mean.
What's the matter? How do you want me to react? Do you know how many times you've texted me things like this in the past? I'm really tired of it. If you really want out, fine.
Wait a minute. Don't give up so easily. Don't you have something you need to say to me? Can you really let me go so easily? Are you really my husband?
Like I said, what do you want to do? You want a divorce, right? How many times do you want to send this let's break up text? You tell me. How do you want me to react?
Well, beg me to stay. You want me to stay, right? I know you do. I know you still love me, Leonard.
Actually, I'm done. I'm really tired of this. I mean, let's break up. It's like you said, Bianca. We aren't happy.
What are you doing? Are you really my husband? Stop fooling around. Convince me to stay.
What do you want? I can't believe you said you want to leave the kids behind. Was that a joke? If so, you have a dark sense of humor.
I'm not joking. But unless I resort to these methods, you won't talk to me about this distance between us.
In the beginning, I was open to talking things over. But after receiving these texts every week for the last 6 months, I've been thinking maybe it's better for us to separate. So I'm preparing Danny.
What? Preparing? What are you preparing Danny for?
I'm preparing him for the divorce. It's what you want, right? I've begun to think it's a good solution as well. I feel bad asking you to stay when you really want to go.
You don't need to feel bad about that. If you ask me to stay, I have no choice but to return, right?
Does that mean you aren't home now?
I'm not home, and I'm not returning until you apologize.
Apologize for what?
That! That's what causes all of our problems. Your inability to apologize when you do something wrong.
If I am wrong, I have no problem apologizing. But in this case, I don't feel I've done anything wrong. Is this about how I couldn't get the children to go to sleep quickly and quietly last night? Is that why you were so upset? I've always wondered why putting the kids to bed is always my responsibility and never yours.
You try to make me do all the housework. You are the worst. That's what's known as emotional abuse.
Do all the housework? You don't do anything except for cooking. And you call yourself a stay-at-home mom?
Don't make fun of stay-at-home moms. You don't know how busy I am.
I understand. I know you're busy with the children's elementary school, kindergarten activities, PTA. I appreciate it. But you know I have a job. And yet still I need to help the kids with their baths, do the laundry, wash the dishes, clean the house. All of it. And if I do something that isn't to your liking, you get upset and run away from home and text me these threatening messages. Honestly, I'm tired. So I decided the next time you do this, I'd divorce you.
What? Are you serious? You want a divorce? You know you can't survive without me. You don't need to pretend. Be honest to yourself. All you need to do is apologize and beg me to stay.
I just got home.
Are you even listening to me?
You left the kids home alone and just left?
This is not about the children. It's about me.
I can't even imagine what would possess you to do this. Bella is only 3. She could have gotten hurt.
But Danny is already in the 3rd grade, so I knew they would be fine.
What if one of them got hurt? Or a robber or a druggie broke into our house? To leave our young children at home alone is totally irresponsible.
Our children, our children. Is that all you care about? Don't you care about me? Are you happy with the way things are between us?
I was concerned about you, Bianca, but not anymore. I really can't do this anymore.
What do you mean you can't do this? Aren't you going to come and beg me to stay?
I'm not going to chase after you. Please, divorce me. You do not need to come back here ever again.
What? Do you know what you are saying? Don't think for a moment it will be easy to get rid of me.
I didn't get rid of you. You left on your own. In fact, you pull this same stunt every week. It's always once a week, right? By the way, when you leave the kids home all alone once a week, do you think I don't know what you're doing?
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Did you really think I'm the stupid, naive husband who doesn't know where his wife is and what she is doing? It'll probably shock you, but I know what you're up to. I had you investigated.
Investigated? What are you talking about?
Put your hand on your heart and think about it. But then again, it wouldn't be your hand on your heart, but the hand of that man.
That man? What man? Are you insane?
You are such a bad actress. If you really want to be with that man, why didn't you straight out ask me for a divorce? Instead, you sneak around and use me as an excuse to run away from home. You play dirty, Bianca.
I have no idea what you're saying, but if you want to divorce me, I'll expect to receive alimony and child support from you.
Alimony and child support. You are so predictable.
Well then, I'll expect to get what I am entitled to.
I've already consulted a lawyer. You won't be receiving a penny from me. I don't have any obligation to pay you alimony or child support. You were unfaithful. You need to provide me compensation for emotional distress.
What? That's ridiculous. Leonard, you're the one who wants a divorce. If you really want to divorce me, you're the one that needs to pay.
For the record, all those texts I received from you saying you wanted a divorce, I've taken screenshots of them and printed them out, so don't worry.
Why do I have to worry? So I sent a few texts. So what?
It proves I wasn't the one who started this let's get a divorce business. But I really don't need that evidence, as you were the one who was having an affair. Your affair allows me to seek punitive damages.
What about the emotional abuse you inflicted on me? I suffered too. I told you I would keep quiet about the emotional abuse. But you're going to sue me for my affair? I'm not going to pay you anything.
You'll pay. And I know you've been transferring money from my bank to your own.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You must be mistaken.
I know this has been going on for a few months now. This could be construed as a crime. That bank account has money from when I was single, so it's not our common property. I expect you to return all the money you stole from me.
Really, Leonard? I only transferred the amount I needed to cover our living expenses. You never realized how tight things were.
You also withdrew a lot of the money we had in our joint account. I never understood why you needed so much money each month, until I realized you were secretly stashing the money for your divorce fund.
But I didn't realize you would divorce me this quickly. Well, expect to pay child support.
That's true. I have an obligation to pay child support, so you can take care of our children. And I was planning to give you child support money, until I realized today you really don't want the kids.
What? Of course I want them.
If you really cared for the children, You wouldn't leave a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old all alone at home without even locking the front door. That's enough. I don't want to hear any excuses.
I wasn't going to tell you an excuse.
Of course it's going to be an excuse. There is no good reason that allows you to leave 2 young children home alone. And today you texted me. I have one last request. Don't worry, I will make sure our children are happy. So I also have one last request. Please, divorce me.
Bianca rushed home, but no one was home. Leonard had taken the children to his parents' house. He took a few days off from work to make arrangements with his parents about the children. Bianca went to her parents' house as well. She took her parents to Leonard's parents' home to try to get her children back. But when Leonard calmly revealed the details of Bianca's affair, Bianca's father became enraged and struck her. After which, Bianca's mother and father profusely apologized to Leonard for their daughter's indiscretion. But Leonard could not forgive Bianca and is proceeding with the divorce. He is also suing Bianca's lover for damages. Her lover is also married, so this is causing problems in her lover's marriage as well. The only good thing in this whole mess is the children are with their loving grandparents and seem to be happy they are properly being cared for.
Hey, sweetie, are you free to talk?
Yeah, it's not too busy at work today, so I've got a spare minute. What's up?
I was just wondering if you've noticed anything going missing from the house lately?
Like, what exactly?
Well, just like little things, really. Like, you know that really cute raincoat I brought the other day? I can't find it anywhere, and I haven't even worn it yet, so I know I've not left it anywhere. Also, other things of mine have gone missing. Shoes, clothes, jewelry. I'm just slightly concerned that we might have someone breaking in and stealing little bits and pieces to see if we notice. I mean, what if they try to break in whilst we're still here to get something more valuable?
Oh, I don't think you need to worry about anything like that.
But how can you be so sure? Have you honestly not noticed anything of yours missing?
Well, no, she doesn't wear my stuff.
Wait, what? Who doesn't wear your stuff?
My mom, of course.
Your mom? Hang on, I'm really confused. What has your mom got to do with any of this?
I've been letting her borrow some of your things whenever she comes around.
Comes round? To the house, you mean?
Yeah.
But when is she coming round the house? I've not seen her there, and we're both working during the day. So she can't be there then, can she?
Actually, yeah, she stops by during the day whilst we're at work and just kind of relaxes in the house.
What?
Yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. All she does is watch TV and stuff. She even helps clean up if there are any particular big messes about that you've not had the chance to clean yet. She's actually been a really big help.
How can you be okay with this? That's our home, and your mom is acting as if it's hers. What if we have private things lying around?
Well then, don't leave anything lying around. Simple.
Hang on. So she's the one who's been taking all of my things?
She's not been taking all of them, just borrowing a few things that she liked.
Scott, some of the things she's taken were given to me by my mom. The necklace she took has been handed down from my great-grandmother. I've been worried sick over it, thinking that I had lost it.
She only borrowed it, there's no need to get so hysterical about it.
It's been missing for 6 months. I even asked you when I first saw that it was missing if you knew what had happened to it.
Alright, jeez. I'll ask my mom to bring it back. I still don't see the big deal about her having it, though. It's only a piece of jewelry.
It's important to me.
Okay, I got it. No need for all that drama.
How long has your mom been coming to our house?
I don't know, about 8 months or so.
What? How is she even getting in?
I gave her a spare key.
Why would you do that?
Well, she is my mom. I want to look after her, and if that means letting her chill in my house, then that's fine by me. I mean, do you not want me to treat my mom nicely?
Treating your mom nicely would be going over to her house to keep her company and buying her her own jewelry, not letting her act as if she rules over our house and can take what she wants without bothering to ask or even tell me.
I don't exactly have time to do that. It's easier this way. You didn't mind before.
Because I had no clue what was happening.
Well, what do you want me to do then, if you're so upset?
I'd like you to tell your mom that we don't want her coming to our house whilst we're not in it. And we especially don't want her taking things that don't belong to her. If she wants to borrow something from me, then she needs to ask me.
I'll tell her you said that, but I doubt she'll be happy about it.
Well, tell her that's how we both feel. We're a couple, after all, so we need to support each other.
But I don't feel that way. I don't mind my mom coming over.
Can you just support me on this, please?
Fine, whatever. I need to get back to work. I'll talk to my mom later.
Thank you.
So, my son told me that you have a problem with me going to your house whilst you're not there. Why? It's not like I'm hurting anyone. Are you implying that I'm not trustworthy enough to be there when you're not? This is really hurtful, Andrea.
Flora, hello. Yes, I did have a chat with Scott, and we both agreed that it would be best if you didn't do that anymore.
From what my son told me, you're the only one with a problem. Why?
Look, I just don't feel comfortable with you letting yourself into my home whilst I'm not there. It kind of feels like a bit of an invasion of privacy.
How is it an invasion of privacy? It's my son's house too, and as his mother, I should be allowed in his life, which includes where he lives.
I understand that he's your son, but he is also my husband now. Our home is our private place, and I don't mind people coming over as long as I know they're there and that I have invited them to come. I don't like someone just helping themselves to my home whenever they feel like it. It's not a hotel.
I need to make an appointment with you just to see my son now. I told him that he shouldn't marry you. You're simply too controlling.
I'm not saying you need an appointment to see Scott, but you can't go to our house unannounced, especially when we're not there. This is something that I am not willing to compromise on.
I see. Very well then, Your Majesty. I shall make sure to book an appointment well in advance to see my son, as per your request.
I've already told you that you don't need to do that.
No, I wouldn't want to impose on you in your house. Maybe with some warning, you'll actually be able to clean it up a bit as well. That'd be a nice change too.
Okay, if you're going to be like that, then I'm going now, Flora. Oh, and I'd like everything of mine that you've taken without asking returned, please.
Yes, Scott's already told me that you're demanding your things back. Did your parents never teach you how to share?
Did yours not teach you not to take things without asking the owner?
How dare you speak to me like that? Just you wait. You'll regret this.
I'm sure. Okay, Flora. Good night.
How much did that cost? I bet you're making my son pay for it, aren't you?
Hi, Flora. Yes, I've got a new car, and no, Scott isn't paying for it. I managed to get a good finance deal on it, so I decided to upgrade. This new car should last me quite a few years now.
Well, I must admit it's quite a nice vehicle.
I'm glad you like it. Thank you, by the way, for giving me my things back.
Uh-huh. But really though, I love that car. It would suit me just perfectly. To be honest, I've always wanted one like it, and my car does need upgrading. Well, anyway, I can decide if I want to try and get one like it after I've driven yours around a little bit. I'll be around soon to pick it up.
Huh? What do you mean you're coming to get it?
Well, after I saw it the other day, I told Scott how much I liked it, and he said that I could have it if I liked it that much.
He said what?
Why is that such a shock? I mean, generally, when a person sees something they like, they tend to get it for themselves.
Well, I'm sorry, Flora, but you can't have my car, no matter how much you like it.
Well, why not?
Besides, it's my car. Besides, I need it to get to work, and this is the most important thing. I bought it by myself, for myself. I don't have to give it to anyone I don't want to.
Well, how rude. I mean, I even did what you asked, and asked politely if I could have it. Scott said I could, so I'm going to be picking it up whether you like it or not.
Well, it wasn't Scott's car to give away. It's mine. The car is in my name, and so is all of the insurance. So Scott has absolutely no say on who gets to have my car.
Well, we'll see about that. I'll be talking to Scott about your attitude. I mean, I even followed your rules, and now you're going back on them. It's ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is the fact that Scott said you could have my brand new car. You don't need to worry about having words with him because I'll be doing that myself.
Seriously, Andrea? You told my mom that she can't have your car? Why?
Because it's my car? Where on earth did you get the impression that you could decide to just give away something I bought and use on a daily basis?
Well, we already have one car, and my mom needs a new one because her old one is a death trap, so stop being so selfish and let her have the car. You can get on by public transport.
I'm being selfish?
Well, yeah, first you kicked my mom out of our house, saying that you don't feel comfortable with her in it, even though she wasn't hurting anyone. And now, after setting stupid rules about asking people to borrow their things, you go back on your word and won't let my mom have your car? That's selfish.
I saved up for this car with my own money. And if anyone's being selfish, it's you. You just give in to your mom and give her whatever she wants, regardless of how I feel. I mean, how can you think that giving her a brand new car that I paid for is fair?
Because she's my mom. I'm doing what I need to do to look after her in her older age. In fact, it doesn't matter if you don't give my mom your car because I'll simply take it from you.
How will you do that?
I'll file for divorce. You've been really getting on my nerves lately anyway, so getting rid of you and taking the car for myself is just a win-win scenario.
Wow, so your true colors have finally shown themselves, huh? Fine. I'll give you the divorce, and you can have the car as long as you promise to pay alimony to me.
Fine, whatever. Anything to be rid of you.
I feel exactly the same way about you. And before you get any ideas, you'll be signing the car over in your name before I give it to you. I'm not going to be the one responsible for any payments or damages that might happen.
Fine. If you're really gonna be that petty, I'll sign the stupid papers.
Good.
Hey, Andrea. Hey, it's been a while.
Scott? What do you want? I thought I finally got rid of you and that I'd never have to hear from you again.
Yeah, it's just... the car that you gave my mom has been having a few issues. Its brakes seem to have gone, along with its clutch, and there were a few other things that look a bit iffy. So, I thought I can give you the car back, and then maybe we can call it even and call off the divorce lawyers, and I can stop paying you alimony? I mean, the value of the car should cover what you're asking for, right?
Let me get this right. You want me to take back a clearly broken car, which will cost me thousands in repairs from the sounds of it, in exchange for not getting my divorce alimony?
I mean, yeah?
No, I'm good, thanks.
What?
You can keep the car. After all, your mom was so adamant about having it. Just a shame that it's falling apart. I mean, it's only 4 months old. It's almost as if someone might have done something to it.
Wait, are you saying you purposely sabotaged the car to get back at me?
What? Of course not. I'm not a mechanic. I know nothing about cars.
But you just said...
Anyway, I really shouldn't be talking to you. My lawyer said so. If you want to say anything to me, it'll have to be through them now. I'll see you in court, Scott. Oh, and by the way, thanks for taking that car off my hands. I ended up finding a much better, more vintage one for half the price. It's so much better than that rubbish, broken one you've got.
Andrea!
Bye, Scott. Hope you have a nice life with your new wife. Mom. I'm glad I'm not with such a mama's boy anymore. Thanks for showing me what a pathetic person you actually are. After Scott tried to get me to call off my lawyers in exchange for the car, we finally settled things in court, with Scott paying me alimony because of his affair. Things didn't get better for Scott. He ended up moving into a run-down little apartment as I sold the house that we both shared. His mom would constantly go to his house during the day, to the point that she would scare off any potential girlfriend. I did try to warn him about her, but he just didn't want to listen to me. As for me, I moved to the city where my career really took off. I became a very important person within my company, and I'm even in line to become the CEO. Everything definitely got better once I left Scott. It can be difficult letting go of someone that you have been with for a long time, but sometimes it really is for the best. Besides, some of the best things in life can happen when you least expect them.